Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very glad to present to you about my research. The topic is the development on instructional model of teachers enhancing creative thinking in Khon Kaen provincial Thailand learners at the secondary school following youth school mentoring projects. This is my team with Professor Dr. Assistant Professor Dr. Athit Chatchai Punrat and my team. Okay, introduction. From the requirements TOR 2020, Ministry of Higher Education, Science, Research, Innovation, MHESI, fiscal year 2020 in Thailand, established guidelines for project to improve the quality of education and local development. By having a higher education, we means that youth school mentoring for the year 2020. Okay, for TOR, there are activities main activities for teacher to improve learners' development. Focus on teacher development to have knowledge, ability and skills to develop learners to have academic potential, professional skills, life skills, and moral and ethical aspect with activities at the graduate school. For college Asian scholars, my team interested in the project to be implemented. Activities to develop teaching and learning styles of teachers or develop oneself, family, school, community in accordance with the education policy. So we use the action research and development process with a teaching method development by workshop on teaching model development of teachers. Okay, in order to encourage students to be creative thinking and in order to make students the opportunity to innovate and propose solution to self-improvement, family, school, and community problems in the basic educational institutions, Khon Kaen Province, Thailand. Okay, for my research objectives. Okay, number one, the objectives to develop teachers on teachings method and teaching styles to encourage learners to be creative thinking. And number two, to raise the standard of knowledge and teaching skills of teachers in order to develop learners' creativity for teachers in each course at the middle and high school levels. I would like to show you about related theoretical concepts. Okay, number one, integrating the teacher's learning management to foster creativity of learner in the 21st century. I means that we use processes, theories, principles, idea of educators. For example, Piaget's theory of cognition, Brunner, Thorndike, Bloom's theory, creativity theory, educational innovation, 8. Self-knowledge theory, 9. Theory of cooperative learning, brainstorming, brain-based learning, problem-based learning management, management of learning by creative-based learning, and project-based learning. That's very variety of theories that I will show you, and we use in this research. And number 2, theoretical concept related to the creative thinking process. That's very useful, very important for everyone, for teachers and students. I will show you, for example, Tholand's theory of creative process. Theory of creative thinking process according to the concept of Ballon. Theory on Rosman concept. Theory on the concept of Osborne. Theory of Parners et al. The theory based on Kohlberg and Bagnell ideas. The theory on Bandowski concept and Robert Phase 2. Okay, for my research scope target group, I will show you that our target group 5 schools in Khon Kaen province, secondary school. Okay, the first one, Mueang Pon Pitayakom School, 150 teachers. Chumphae Siksa School, 50 teachers. Ban Pai School, 60 teachers. Pon School, 90 teachers. And Thai Rat Vitaya, 15 teachers. The total of 365 teachers. Okay, research design. I will show you. We use action research methods. There are the processes. Step one, planning stage. The research team, we made preparation by studying the current conditions and problems of teaching and learning together with the administrators and the head of the subject group to join development the quality of education. And 2, organizing a workshop to develop a teaching method for teachers to develop students' potential in creative thinking with a focus on educational and teaching activities in each subject group 3 times, twice per school. And step 2, we use operating stage. It means act. Step 2, act. The research team and the lecturers, 10 persons, organized a workshop during July-August 2020 by presenting the learning management plan and innovation teaching method for developing learners by using an activity exchange of knowledge twice per school. And step 3, observe. Step 3, observation. Using methods developed by educational supervision strategies, observation and monitoring of the progress of teachers in the development of teaching and learning models to create creativity of the students twice per school by observing teaching in real classroom and then analyze and suggestion. Okay, for step 3, reflection. The reflection of the results, where the teachers reflect on the results of the practice questionnaire, training, satisfaction assessment, from semi-structured interview, from quiz, before and after training, periodic practice in writing learning plans and monitoring and evaluation. Okay, for our research statistic, we use percentage. We use percentage to describe information on demand. And 2, we use X bar mean. And 3, we use SD standard deviation was used to describe the meaning of the various data that has been researched to discuss the results too. And 4, qualitative data analysis by using descriptive analysis method. Okay, I will show you all about the research results. This participatory action research aims to develop technical teaching methods and teaching styles for the development on creative thinking of instructional learners and to enhance their knowledge of methodological skills of teachers for developing creative thinking of ideas learners. Okay, I will show you number 1, the research results. Number 1, after the participatory training, 80% of the teachers of the 5 schools in the purposive group trained the teaching method for the development of creative thinking in many ways. We found that the nature and content of subjects such as teaching methods, PBL, BBL, RBL, STEM education, PPPs, project-based learning, STAT, STAD, synthetic, synetics, to be in line with the 21st century era. To improve the quality of the learner to have quality creative thinking was at a high level, X bar 4.09, and the how to write report of classroom research was at the lowest level. It means that this point, the teacher doesn't know how to write report of a classroom research. So the means X bar 3.98, that the lowest aspect. And number 2, the result. The standard of teaching methods and teaching styles for the development of creative thinking of learners and to enhance their knowledge of methodological skill of teacher for developing learner was at a high level. X bar 4.02. As a whole, integrated learning management design teaching method model was at a high level. Classroom research report writing in the next development phase was at the lowest level. So I learned from this research that the teachers, all of the teachers, must try to practice or to develop their research, how to do classroom research to develop their students. I think it's very important to develop the teachers. Okay, I will show you the impact of the project training of the youth school mentoring of the Ministry of Higher Education Science Research in Thailand. I learned that it can make the innovation on teaching method in the academy that will affect the creative thinking students' encouragement. That's very important. So the guidelines to develop teachers in teaching method research and academic works can be utilized for the real benefit of improving the quality of education in educational institutions too. So for my recommendation, the first one, recommendation for applying the research resource. Number one, academy and community. I recommend that the academy has developed learning processes according to the teaching and learning models to develop creativity with quality and efficiency, and should be done continuously too. Okay, for number two, the academy has raised the standard of knowledge in the developing learning plans for teachers at the junior and senior high school levels to encourage students to be creative, able to develop in the classroom effectively too. Okay, for number three, I suggest that the academy develop learning management skills and obtain instruction model development manuals for teachers, for students to be creative to the quality of excellent educational institutions effectively and must develop further. And number four, the academy has developed innovative teaching and learning management based on subject matter for teachers in the 21st century to encourage learners to be creative, able to develop in the classroom with quality and efficiency, and should be innovative to find seriously, I think. Okay, institution of education, I suggest that there should be develop of teaching methods for teachers to develop student potential creativity in basic education institutions. So I means that the teacher must develop their student to have creative thinking, I think, from our research. Okay, for number two, the lecturer and graduate school of CAS has developed techniques for transfer training, developing knowledge, concept and theories about teaching method that I have told you already. For example, creative of secondary school, 5E's inquiry method, 5E, 7E's learning cycle, problem-based learning, etc. That's we have learned from this research. Okay, the faculty of teachers develop research work. We have learned to develop research work from this research too. Okay, for number four, the institute has created benefits which contribute to the development of educational quality Thai basic educational level. Okay, so we have learned from U-School mentoring project a lot of knowledge that we got. So research and development, research and innovation of the Ministry of the Education in the field of learning must be continued in this year too. We have learned from this. Okay, for doing this research, we have obstacles that I will show you now. Obstacles. Number one, the period is in COVID-19 situation causing inconvenience in the implementation of the project. And two, some schools were in pre-semester phase, causing teachers to become teaching work, a lot of work. Teacher has a lot of work, so it affects to the participation of the workshop too. Okay, for number three, the administrators of some school were on have a lot of work to do on mission and cannot be present to take care of the training all the time. So we must try. Okay, but most of the school all collaborate very well. Thank you very much for 5 schools that we have learned from 5 schools. Okay, number 4, budget should be allocated on materials such as supporting document. Okay, we love this. Okay, suggestion for the next research. Course-side experimental research should be conducted by studying and development of learning using innovative each model, each method of teaching or integrated teaching method to develop creativity of learner in educational institutions of all levels by teachers of all levels too. And I think that number 2, quantitative and qualitative, mixed methodology should be further researched in the various innovative teaching method in real situation. Many thanks. This is my reference. Okay, that we must say thank you very much for อาจารย์ณรงค์ชูสกุลอาจารย์ดร.ชีวินอ่อนละออาจารย์อภัยประกอบผล and my team, especially to my dean, assistant Dr. อาทิตย์จัดชัยพลรัตน์ assistant my president of CAS, professor assistant Dr. กษมชนวงศ์ and professor Dr. กระแสชนวงศ์ that support we a lot of things in CAS. Many thanks for your let me present for this valuable research that we all of us do our best. Thank you very much. สวัสดีค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ